Let's just go live immediately. People can live with the opening titles. The menu music's still really good anyway, so it's fine. Oh, hitched for a second there. Must have been it looking at the save files. I probably should have waited for people to come into the stream. Oh well, it'll take some time to load anyway. And now I've got to get back to the what's it called? What's the thing called? The Stranger. That's what it's called. I don't know why that keeps being funny. The left click stick doesn't work until I've done it with the mouse button once. Don't know why. And dunk. Okay, and we're on our way back in. Oh, I double checked because obviously I was worried about the capture frame rate last night. I just missed the opportunity to open that door. I double checked the last night's stream earlier today. It's not as smooth as I would like, but it wasn't unwatchably bad, so not bothered going to the effort of tweaking it. But if anyone comes along and says it looks awful, then I will take their word for it and do a more thorough investigation. Right. So I know there's a hidden cave under that tower, which is probably what I'd like to do first if I can, because that becomes inaccessible once the dam breaks. But if I miss it, I'm not going to do another full loop around. I'm just going to go to that area where I started to explore just before the loop ended. So we need to be going this way. It wasn't directly underneath, it was kind of... I don't think it was directly underneath. Okay, there isn't space to get out that way. which case it's, unless I'm misremembering, it's somewhere along this wall. Yeah, there it is. So this is clearly either receiving or sending power to various locations. And we know that at least 2 of those locations get destroyed by the dam break later on. Right. So given that there's no theatre room here, I guess my best option is to head back into this particular bit of village, because I think I've still got time before the dam breach. And check it out there. You could probably wait until the next loop, but at some point I do need to duck away from the stream so that I can empty out the bowl for the radiator leak that's still happening in my room, because getting plumbers to attend to things like that is a nightmare. Right, so this is the burned out temple. Have I seen it do that before? What just happened? My controller vibrated and everything. That wasn't the dam breaking. Right. I'm gonna have to go back to get a torch, aren't I? Lamp. Put that in. I want to say there's one in that building. Yep. Okay, what have we got on this one? Okay, so there's another area? I don't know if I'll have time to get there. So they're saying from the picture that has the homeworld on it, remove the lights. Well, okay, I don't really like the look of this. Although what I imagine I need to do here... So these things that they're holding are what I found in that place that was hemmed off by the ghost matter. So presuming that's the same in all three of these locations, then what I probably have to do is wait for the dam to burst so I can get into that building, which is that one that's right under my indicator there. Grab one of these devices, come back to one of these. I don't know whether this one would be accessible. It might have to be the one. I'm assuming there'll be one in that area I've still got to explore. And then strap myself into an empty slot and see what the hell happens. Which, given that they're all dead, I'm guessing might just kill that loop. Not like immediately, but... Wait, have I messed up? Is the thing I want it to be out on the other side? I think I missed where I wanted to go. I don't know if these things have enough force to push their way back upstream. Doesn't seem like it. Well, there goes the dam. Oh, that takes that out immediately. Oh, because the water level falls. Also the same on that side. It also exposes whatever the hell that thing is that they sank. Okay, well I've got time to do another loop of the island. I guess I could go get that artifact and see if I can still get into the tower. Right, the only way this is working is if I can convince the game to let me boost my way over there with a jetpack thing. Okay. I don't know what I'm expecting this to do. I feel like there should be a way of lighting this. Nope, I'm still missing something here. We will revisit that, I suppose. Oof. Right, I know that some of these lower levels are already been a bit knackered, so it's not going to be wholly navigable, but you should be able to do more than nothing. Okay, so another one of these rooms. Oh, that one doesn't have a planet. This one? Yeah, whichever one has a planet on it. Wait, is this just going to be the same? Yes, and they don't even have the spare slot. So that makes me think that the one in the tower is probably going to be more relevant if and when I find a way to strap myself into that thing. Right, I've realised I don't have a way to cross this entirely safely. Now the bridge has been destroyed. Okay, so that's just a raft deployment. And I'm running out of time. Well, that looks like it could be an important room. Do I have a means of getting in there? Well, I'm not going to have time to explore the other side, even if I can jump across, so where does this end up? It's just dropped me out. Coming out of here, okay. Where's my phone? Okay, so I just want to remind myself how meditation works. It's not... I don't currently have it. I was going to say, that's going to be useful if I run out of things to do on a given loop. I may need to take a detour to the water planet to make sure I've got that. that shows strange inhabitants opening secret passage in a round room filled with lanterns and murals. Evidence is shown filing into 3 of these rooms throughout the stranger. Gabbros on giants and deep. Oh, we're coming in fast. Right, he's over there. Oh, does learning that end the loop you're on anyway? Okay. No, it's just if all the leads I have to go on what do you call it? Actually, there's one thing else I want to do, just to get a Steam achievement. I don't know whether this will be enough for a fall. Yeah, there we go. Dead in 60 seconds. Right, I'm just gonna go, I'll pause on the next loop, at the start of the next loop. I'll just go deal with this leak situation I've got in my room. And then I will go back to the stranger and we'll try and explore the other side of that, the last kind of area besides the top of the wall, top of the dam. Okay, I'm back. Right. The other thing I could check out, if I wanted to, is the fact that I know there will be a hidden door underneath one of these buildings as well. I can't remember which. Oh, not this one, because this is the theatre room. Is it on the other side of the river? Is it that building? Yeah. Yeah, okay, so all the buildings that have the secret rooms have the torch on the front of them. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's the symbol that was on the slideshow that we saw. Right, and we want whichever one of these has the planet on it, so this one. Yep, same again. As confirmed, the tall tower is the only one that has an empty slot. So as soon as I work out how to use the artifact that we can get from the Ghost Matter building, then that's where we need to take it, I assume, to do whatever it was they were all doing. As much as I'm trying to avoid spoilers for this DLC, I did see something on Twitter about there being like a stealth section at some point, which sounds very odd to me. Unless it's just similar to the, what you call them, the angelfish in Dark Bramble. Okay, that just grabs automatically, that's fine. So I've already looked on this side. I think we should explore this side. Okay, there's no means to climb up from down here. We'll just check this door isn't somehow working at the minute. Nope, I still need to work out some other way to get into that room then. Now I believe once I'm across this side, I'm okay. So that's possibly another theatre room. Oh dear. Yeah. There's that vibration again. I don't know what's causing that. Okay, so we can get through there. And that just brings us out to this area on the other side of the bridge that we couldn't get to before. Which is another temple to the eye. Don't really know about that one. Another one of those artifacts. Okay, so I don't have to go into the... I don't necessarily have to go into the other area to get an artifact. There's one here. Right, what spooky shit you got for me today, game? I just find all of these deeply unsettling. This will be the third seal on that big casket thing. Yeah, you come out of darkness. Illuminating that. Putting the third seal on it. What we got? So they're in our solar system. Back on their home planet. They regret leaving, clearly. Footage missing. Do I have to just doze off in that area? Is that what I have to do? Bring one of these and then fall asleep? Right, is there anything to see if I go downstairs from here? There wasn't obviously a way to get in. Oh no, okay. Fine. It was just that the plinth to call it down wasn't operational down there, but otherwise that's fine. Oh, that's what I'm interested in. There's a thing down there. There we go. Dam's still intact so far. I say before it breaks. This, then. Okay, what we got in here? So what's that we're looking at? Something has exploded. What's my screenshot button? Is that F12? Yeah, there we go. Because that's clearly the docking station, but I don't know whether that's the front or the back docking station. So what have we got to... Oh, these bridges are still intact. Thought the dam burst already. Oh, there's the dam water. Oh, there's the entire front of that building that I've not seen before because it's clearly just fallen off. Well, the only working theory I've got now, without going back to the ship's log and reading through it, is grabbing that artifact again, looping back round to the tower, and seeing if falling asleep at that fire does the trick. Well, it's okay. I know there's another one over here. Yeah, I need to spend one iteration still coming down to this area and exploring all this before it gets knackered. I vaguely recall going up to that area and having a look around, but I don't remember what we found out there. But yeah, I just want to posit my one theory of if I fall asleep at the fire while holding this, does that do anything? Which means me getting around to the tower as quickly as possible. Right, so is this going to do anything? Think these green flames are new? Oh, I don't like that. Why are they all gone? Why have they all gone? Why have all the corpses gone? Why is it so dark? Okay. We are now somewhere entirely different. What the fuck? Where the fuck am I? Oh. Oh, okay, fine. So I got there too late in the loop. And that wheel tilting was this thing falling over. Damn, that was disorienting. For some reason, this game is surprisingly tiring. I've only done, what, 2 full loops tonight? I've only been live for less than an hour. And yet I already feel like, God, I could do with a break. Right, let's go check out the ship's log and see what we've got. So we now know 2 things. One, we know a way of actually getting to the homeworld of these people. what have we got? Hull breach. A slide reel in the hidden gorge, an explosion blowing a hole in the side of the stranger. Somewhere shows strange inhabitants congregating around strange green fire. Several slides have been burned, can't be viewed. And the temple, marked the symbol of burning slide reel. It can be accessed from a passage in the hidden gorge with an interface upstairs and we use light symbols in a vertical sequence. I don't know what sequence yet. The village nestled within a grove. A candlelit tower sits atop a nearby island. So is that the area I just got into? The hidden gorge showed a glowing symbol and chain sphere around a strange vault. Okay. So, to-do list is... see if I can work out what's going on with that slide reel showing there was damage on the exterior. Again, I don't know which side it needs me to be on. I guess I can get through to either side. I need to do a full loop around to get to the dam before that bursts. And I need to well, let's park my ship first, because I can always do a EVA from the hangar. I'll have a look around. Oh, gravity. Oh, this gets me into this room. Okay. And that wants a lit torch, does it? And that wants a lantern. So that wants a closed lantern, that wants an open lantern, does it? Oh, okay, if you stand in front of these, that does something. Is that the interloper? Okay, so take an empty torch. Sleep in front of a fire. And it doesn't do anything. Okay. So we've got take an empty torch, sleep in front of the fire. You get... Sorry, empty lantern, you don't get anything. You take an open lantern, sleep in front of a torch, you wake up and it's lit. We're missing the info on what happens if you take a closed lantern. Because when you're holding one of these things, you've got a focus, which is what closes it. And you've got a conceal, which is presumably what extinguishes it if you want it extinguishing. So what we're missing is info on what happens if you fall asleep with that done. Okay. Well, we also have another slide reel here as well, so... This is also a much quicker way to get to the back half of the... I can't remember, was there a slide reel thing here? Or do I take it all the way across the other side? Yeah, this is a much quicker way to get to like the back half of the Halo. Nothing in here, is there? No, that's the bit that collapses when the water comes through, but... Hopefully we've got a good bit of time clear of that. Oh god. What's that flickering again? What's happening? I don't know what caused it. And a vibration. Right. What have we got? Right, so a lantern doesn't do anything. So this is the closed one, and it's missing, obviously. Of course it is. And that's the open one, which is you fall asleep and it illuminates. I feel like I'm going to create problems for myself, but I want to know what happens with the closed one. Again, I remain very paranoid about the DLC, what with the warning about scary content, so... Part of me suspects this will not be good. Okay, now that automatically opened. I was holding down the button to keep it closed and it opened before. Okay, so these do each warp you to different locations. And I can use it to illuminate light things. This looks a lot like what was used to seal that thing. A bit like there's been a lot of like water caves that I've been able to see. Though I'll admit I'm a bit wary to go jumping into rivers because I don't know where I came in. Came up. Yeah, I'm a bit wary to go jumping into like rivers and shit because I don't have my EVA suit while I'm in this area. Whoa, okay. There's just a dude in there? That the dam breaking back in reality. Okay, so that clearly would take me back across the other side if I focused on that. That sounds like the water coming. Here I look downstairs at all. Definitely the shadow of someone there, but hopefully I'm doing okay for time. So this bridge is now activated. This music because I came into this area, or is it the end of loop music has been played while in the dream state? Okay, that's the vault thing. Okay, that just summons that. Just realised I'm not getting any status updates on my ship log, but that's probably normal because I don't have my EVA suit on. Okay, so that's just got a fire chamber in it. This is back on the Stranger. And into the dream world. So they've constructed something inside of it? I guess? I'm sure I'm running out of time, but let's just keep pushing on a bit further, shall we? Oh, hello, Alex. Sorry, I don't look at the chat all that often yet. It's not a habit I've drilled into myself, so I don't know if you've been there for a while or not. Okay. Nothing much. Just checking out what this entails. Been making steady progress, iteration to iteration. This particular loop, I'm pretty sure I'm running low on time on. I assume if you're here, you don't mind spoilers. I don't know whether you played this yourself or watching other streams, but we managed to go from being on a... You already beat the DLC. Okay, great. Yeah, so this is my first time properly exploring this dream world area, if that's what it is. I managed to get here on my last iteration, but it was right at the end. I don't know what that sound is. It was right at the end of the loop, and the I used the room in the tall tower to get here, which then really disoriented me because it collapsed under the failing supports after the dam break, and it just completely warped the gravity in this area, and I had no idea what was going on. What did you encounter yet? So far I've well, in the dream world, all I've seen so far in the dream world is there was a building that we went through, where the only thing I really saw in that building, there was a mural with like a tree with a hole cut out of it, and there was a inaccessible room with a what looked like one of these owl goat creatures watching a slideshow, but you could only see his shadow. You couldn't actually see where he was. So I went all the way through that building. That got us to this raft, and then from the raft, the first place we ended up was it was this area that I've already explored, I think, mostly. And then we got the mansion. Yes, that would probably be the correct description. Again, I'm still just getting my bearings of this place. So I've been through this area. That's what got me down to this raft. And then we went through to the next area and got kind of like the vision about the whatever this container is that was sank into the water back on the Stranger. We saw the dream image of that, and I explored around that and got some visions. And I got the impression that there's something that they've built inside of it. So, okay, there's the end of the loop. So I'm guessing kind of my long-term goal is to somehow get inside of that and then fall asleep in there, so that I can then explore whatever's inside there in the dream world. I'm just gonna, at the start of this loop, I'm just gonna, you can do that. Okay, yeah. That seems like the right thing to do. So I haven't actually properly explored the top of the dam on any iteration yet. By the time I've got around there after exploring other stuff, the dam's already burst, so my ability to get into the buildings has already been lost. So, do you know where the vault is? Yeah, it's at the top of the dam. I've seen it after the dam's broken and the water level falls. I've seen it, but I've not got there before the dam's broken yet. Every other loop I've had other stuff that I've wanted to do that I've not got around there before the dam's broke, so... Small transform. Look through a peephole on the side of a large metal structure spinning by chains or green fire burning. Vision like recording of two figures and a strange vault materializing next to a green fire. Two figures carry to the vault and carry down the stairwell. So again, I'm guessing this is kind of like the main thing to do. Laboratory with 3 test chambers. Second chamber is badly damaged and be entered through a hole breach in the side of the stranger. Or vision. Oh. Light recording. So I'm picking up an artifact going to the green fire. Flames seem to appear inside the artifact. A scenario that shows 3 experiments conducted with 3 different artifacts. The experiment appears to be a success. So densely across the stretch of river, I can see buildings on the banks of the river. Massive canyon that stretches into the distance. Candlelit lodge is built onto the roll of a large tree on the bottom floor of the lodge. Yeah, so Starlit Cove, that's the first place I came in on, but I went in there way too late and the tower that I'd fallen asleep in flipped, and that just massively disoriented me and then kicked me out. And I'm guessing Shrouded Woodlands, I need to enter through the one at the bottom of the dam to get there. So I think what I should probably do on this iteration is actually bother checking out what's in the reservoir in the real world. And then next couple of iterations after that, probably focus on getting to get into those other dream world entrances and seeing what I can find each of those. If I want to get to the top of the dam, my quickest way there is probably going back through the broken hull. Let's just bung this in here. We don't have to be neat and tidy about it, because we're probably not coming back to the ship anytime soon. And this is quicker than trying to circumnavigate the whole thing. Oh, come on. Oh, I put too much burn on. Come on. Correct. You can land your ship in front of the broken hull. That's actually probably a good idea. I did notice that it had gravity on this little arm last time when I landed on foot, but now that you've mentioned it, it does make more sense just to land the ship there than to put it in the hangar. Okay. Well, I'll worry about that on the next loop. Just a much quicker way to get to this side of the ring. Come on. Not fussed about anything here right now. We just want to go straight to the top of the dam and do what we can there now that we're there without it having been broken yet. got a vague recollection that I have looked in those buildings over there, but I can't for the life of me remember what I found in them. Right, that's not big enough to get a probe through. There wasn't any breaches in the floor up here, was there? Oh, there was. That might be big enough to get a probe through. Maybe not. Looks like I can't cheese that either. Presumably there's some other route in. Since I know this is submerged down here, might as well have a look underwater. Ah. Okay. So, whatever that thing is, there's a spiral down and a hole under. Oh, okay. So if there's a hole underneath, I can just get in by swimming under it, I assume. It's not going to be the most useful thing to do in the world because I don't have an artifact with me. So I can't fall asleep down here as of yet, but... Okay. Fine. I can just get in here. There's that rumble again. Something's making my controller rumble probably quite early into the loop every time, and it usually seems to make my light flicker as well. I don't know why. Okay, so getting inside that is now quite easy, and I know that there are artifacts that I can collect over there. Seeing a locked vault without knowing what's inside, knowing the aliens did everything they could to prevent it being opened. Yeah, it's troubling. As I've said a few times while I've been streaming this, the fact that the game opened like before you even boot into the game with a warning saying like, "Hey, there's some scary stuff here. You know, you can set a toggle to turn it off if you are nervous about it." It's got me very paranoid about kind of anything that's it's kind of holding back on. whether there's anything to see from on top of the dam itself. Right, I'm gonna come over here. I vaguely remember coming over here, but I do not remember what I found. And there's a good chance I did it at the end of a loop, so I might have been rushing like crazy anyway. Okay, so we've got another one of these. A different symbol on it. Okay, so presumably they're the symbols I want. Oh, it doesn't leave the picture up. So it's sun, circle thing, fire, circle thing, fire. Circle thing. We've got a broken terminal. What am I looking at here? I assume this is the stranger. I mean, the control panel's broken, which I can see that. Control panel for what? Also, clearly I was wrong. Clearly I had not explored this side before. It's a good thing I did. Well, there goes the dam. And I just walked myself. No, I didn't. Have I watched one of the slideshows in here before? Give me a lantern right here. I've not found any slide reels yet. In this area, at least. Excuse me. Oh, was this it? I found a slide reel down here. And then I either tried to climb back up or I successfully climbed back up. I don't remember whether I saw this one or not. There's an actual way to solve the puzzle to get into the body rooms. Body rooms? Oh, you mean the... I got there a random button lens. Oh, right. So you're talking about the rooms that get you into the dream world. Yeah, I did get the slideshow that showed me how to do that before I actually did it. So yeah, I did locate the kind of solution for that without stumbling across it randomly. Have I looked at this one before? I think I did. Yeah, because that's clearly them locking up whatever it is they've locked up. Yeah. Yes, I have seen that before. What is the real solution? Oh, okay, so it's whenever you're in the, whenever you're in one of those rooms, in fact, you know, I'll go show you. I'll explain it anyway, but I'll go show you. It's whenever you're in one of those rooms, you, there will be one, of the pictures that has the, kind of ringed planet in the background. And if you remove the lanterns... Oh. That didn't work. If you remove the lanterns from the front of that, which it seems there's always two, that then recesses and lets you in. So if I can get round to the tower entrance with a raft, or alternatively all the way back to there with a raft, I can show it off, but I'm a bit wary to go into the dream world. Well, oh god. I don't know where I am now. Am I just dead? I might just be dead. I think I'm trapped in the current. I'm just dead. Sometimes the secret door stays closed even if I take all the lanterns away. Not sure about that. So far, the only way I've ever gone in there is just remove the two lanterns from in front of the one with the planet on it. And that has always worked. Maybe they have brute force protection to just make it so you can't just run, you know, if someone just starts the DLC and just decides, I want to take all the lanterns with me, maybe there's this brute force protection to prevent you from getting in there by chance, but I don't know for sure. It's a shame that the ship's log doesn't keep the lantern, the slideshow images, because I would just show you that, but... And the body room in your second loop. Yeah, I didn't find it until I saw the slideshow that shows you how to get into it. Broken connection between the stranger and another craft. Okay, so I wasn't meant to recognise what that was. That's okay. National structure. There is a seal vault limited by green fire inside of the structure. So, at this point, it looks as though I don't have anything to do necessarily in the waking world. Excuse the sound. Just finish off my drink. Let's see. This one? I also haven't worked out the significance of this closed lantern. Clearly that does something different if you fall asleep with it, but I don't know what that is, because I tried to do it without the... I tried to just hold down this focus button while I went to sleep, and that wasn't... There is a closed lantern in this room. Are these? Yes. Okay. Great. I'm slightly worried about what this will do, but yeah, so as far as getting into the hidden room has gone, so far all I've done is just grab the lanterns from the one with the planet on it. And it's quite consistently opened up the moment I moved away. Right, I don't know what this is going to do. I'm slightly concerned, but we'll see. Got the embers. It's illuminated. Oh, fucking hell. Right, that'll be why that's broken. That'll be why the, that's why I can get into the ship in that location, huh? You probably should have guessed that that would happen. Well, I got an achievement for it, so that's something. Oh, fucking hell. Fine. Yeah, as of yet, there's been no evidence that I actually need the ship for this DLC, besides getting to the Stranger, so I'm not that worried about anything that happens to it getting here. Right. Artifact. You know what? Since it's closest, I'll go check out what happens if I wake up inside the vault, or whatever this thing is, the sealed chamber first. Part of me just think maybe that's a bad idea, and maybe I'm better off exploring the other dream areas first, but I'm sure I'm not gonna solve anything that I don't have knowledge about yet, so... Right, so whatever they locked away... I mean, I did see a slideshow that showed them taking it away, so I'm not too surprised that it's missing. Yeah, so I saw them taking it away, so the fact that it's not there is not too surprising. As to where they've taken it, that's a bigger question. Okay. Okay, so I can get some information. Okay, so that's a hidden door as well in the upper area of that building. But the problem is I don't know how to extinguish those lanterns or either side of it. Is that bad? Seems bad. If I had to guess, what I'm suspecting the game is expecting from me is to know how to solve each three of these. Water is bad, yeah. So I'm guessing the game expects me to know how to solve each of these three to get across to those. And that's presumably what I saw the slideshows of them to actually seal this. So I'd have to go and extinguish them to unseal it to then open it properly by walking over the bridge. I'm guessing it's going to murder me. I'll try it, but I'm guessing it's going to murder me. Oh, it didn't murder me, but it rang the bell, and the bell wakes you up. Okay. That makes sense. There's that flicker again. Don't know what that is yet. Unless that's just the start of the dam breaking, it's just meant to indicate that the power supply is getting a bit disrupted. I nearly was questioning, oh, have I looked in that building yet? Have I looked in that building? I think I have. Have a quick double check. Okay, yeah, this is just... That's just where you come in if you come through the stranger through the back, which is... I have found that before. In fact, I was very confused the first time I came in the stranger through the front way. Down looks very weak. Yeah, it's... Not got too long to it. I don't know how damaged that building gets. I don't remember. I'm gonna risk going into it to get to the dream world and do more exploring. There's a good chance I get woken up when the dam breaks. Right, which one am I looking for? Can you just wake up immediately, or do you have to wait for the embers to show up? So you've usually been waiting for the embers. Yeah, as I say, that's what they show you doing. You can wake instantly, okay. So the only reason I'm doing that habit of moving the two lanterns out of the way is that's precisely what they show you doing in the picture reel that kind of clues you into that even being a thing you can do. So again, if moving all the lanterns didn't work, I have to assume it's just... Yeah, I have to assume that they just have some... some spam protection to make it so people don't find it by accident too easily. Okay, so I blew that out. What does that do? That opens that door. Okay. Oh, but this is just... That's back to the raft platform, which I did get to last time anyway, so... So useful, but not too interesting at this point. Just a viewing platform. That's so sad. Yeah. Hmm. So I did get spoiled on the fact that there goes the dam. But I think I did hear there's a stealth section somewhere in the DLC. Okay, no, this room does not last for the dam breakage. Hmm. Oh, this might have been a bold move. Okay, we're alive. Now, the only problem with doing this now that the dam's ruptured is I'm going to get a very rude awakening when the supports for this thing goes. Which is precisely what happened to me the first time I actually accessed the dream world. Yeah, I was just starting to get my bearings and then the tower collapsed. At which point I very much lost my bearings because it was very disorientating. So this is another burned down temple to the eye. Not really getting much from it there. Not sure about that one. Not appreciate how dark it is when I can't fire out. Okay, there we go. There's not an obvious return path from here. I can hear footsteps. And that's back where I came in. Well, there we go, it's tilting. I ran out of time. God, that was so disorientating the first time it happened. I do wonder. Oh no, that's right at the end of the loop anyway. I was going to say, going through the cave, don't remember exactly where you came out. Yeah, good night. I think this is going to be my last loop anyway. But I'll finish my train of thought. So going through the cave, you did eventually get to the top of that tower. I think that inside that tower is where the other secret door is. I don't know. I mean, I haven't gone to look at it yet, but I need to know some way of extinguishing the lanterns to open it. Because that vision didn't show me how to extinguish them. Yeah, I'm not going to have time to confirm my theory, but I did think... No, okay. It's those two lanterns there that need turning off to open up that door. I did wonder whether it toppling over would be the thing that turns them off, but clearly not. Yeah, because the vision did show me that they need to be turned off. Did not show me how to do that. Apart from the answer is not in this room, but it's presumably somewhere else in this tower. Right, we'll have a look through the ship's log. Just confirm everything I've looked up, deduced so far. And then what's on our to-do list? We've got both of these dream areas to properly explore, because I got kicked out of both of them early. And a hidden door in that tower that we need to work out how to open. And a few places where I need to have 5 symbols to get in. One of them was back with the burning lantern on the other side of the cliff, and the other is the 3 at the vault. Let's take a look. Prestige Mark 1. These symbols on the vault. Rotated the mechanism. Front of the vault causes its training against chainsaw shot. Moments later, raise a green light spell from the vault. Light coming out of the vault gave me a vision of climbing a spiral staircase for a room near the top of a tower. One of the strange inhabitants pointed a mural of the tower beneath a nighttime sky, then picked up an artifact and left the room. Sometime later, the lamps next to the mural went dark, revealing a secret passage. That's for as long back to the river. And the remains of a burnout building in the outskirts of a village. So in actuality, that loop was not the most fruitful in terms of filling out my log. Still though, so Sarlacc Cove and Shrouded Woodlands are my two to explore places. I need to work out how to open this secret passage. As I say, I think the Seal Vault is kind of the main thing to have to deal with. But we're going to call it a night there. We've been going for about 2 hours. We've made some good progress. Yeah, so next time, still got 2 of the Dream World areas left to explore properly without getting kicked out before I'm done. And a hidden passage to find in the tower. And we're looking for 4 codes. One of which I assume we'll have to find first, because that'll get us into that room on the cave wall. That we have to pass by the ghost matter to get to. I will almost certainly be streaming tomorrow. I'll see how I feel later in the day, whether I intend to do more of this or whether I want a break from this to do something like Banjo. Because on the one hand, I do want to kind of see the back end of this and see where it all ends up. On the other hand, it's surprisingly taxing. I don't know what it is about Outer Wilds, but it does tax me mentally doing it. You know, like I said, I was less than an hour in before I started to feel like, oh, I could do with a break. So I don't want to risk pushing it too much, but I feel like, well, the fact that we know there's a dream world has opened up kind of the space of, possibility a fair bit. But having said that, I vaguely feel as though, from what we gathered from the mansion, we've seen a fair bit of it already. I don't know how much it's going to drop on us that is going to lead to another big path of discovery, so to speak. Like, it feels like finding the dream world is the big discovery. I'm not entirely sure whether there's going to be anything downstream of that is really going to blow the gates wide open. I mean, I'm not saying, oh, that's it, we're on the end game. I don't think we're there. I just don't think... It doesn't feel like there's going to be anything especially revelatory, if that makes sense, anymore, in terms of kind of where we're going with this. I'm trying to think, what's the timeline on the picture reels that we saw? Because we don't know the name of this species, but they received the signal from the eye the same as the Nomai. They decided they wanted to go investigate. They built the Stranger. They travelled to the solar system that we're in. They communed with the eye. The eye gave them a vision of effectively the death of the universe, which it would, because that's what the eye does. They then... They were saddened and then enraged, I guess, and then there's a blank spot. And then they sank that vault, regretted leaving their home planet, all went into a dream world, and never woke up. Is that the thing? So whatever's in that vault is something they concocted in response to their anger at learning that the eye that had lured them from their home world was just a harbinger of death. Is that right? There was also one slide I saw that looked surprisingly interloper-like. Yeah, I don't know whether the interloper is even going to come. Like, obviously, there's been nothing in the DLC so far to imply the interloper's involved, aside from that one slide that looked a bit interloper-ish. But there was... I'm pretty sure one of the promotional things for this DLC did say something along the lines of that this will kind of tie off one of the lingering mysteries from the base game. And as far as I could think, the only lingering mystery I could think of was the interloper. Because obviously, spoilers for the base game, the interloper is where the ghost matter came from. It came into the system containing a heavily pressurized sealed container with the ghost matter that then ruptured and spread it across the entire solar system, and that's what wiped out the Nomai. But while we know that that's what happened, we don't know where it came from or how. So I suspected, if they're claiming that it ties off a mystery from the base game, that's the only one I could really think of that isn't really addressed in any way. And therefore I thought that might be what they would be leading up to. Now, if the goal is that logo breaking apart? I didn't think those letters were that dispersed a minute ago. Are they gradually drifting apart? Never knew that. Yeah, if that is what this is going to address, then I guess whatever's in the vault has to be related to ghost matter? Question mark. I don't know. Like I said, the only base I've got for that is the fact that I have a vague recollection of them claiming that it's going to tie up a loose end from the base game. That's the only thing I've got to go on for relating it to Ghost Matter. It's probably completely batshit because there's nothing in the game that promotes that so far. So anyway, I've rambled enough. Clearly, for better or for worse, opening that vault is kind of what the DLC is leading me to. Now, maybe even if there's something terrible in the vault, we don't mind because, hey, we're on a 27-minute time loop. You know, at some point or other, I'm just going to get sent back to the beginning and the vault's sealed up again, so who cares? Anyway, call it a night. I'm done rambling. Come back to this either tomorrow or at the weekend. See ya.